Living Podcariously, recorded live from the Why Are We Here studios.
All right, so this is a new recording episode, I believe episode 105, maybe 106. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. In the new studio. Oh, yeah.
I was going to say episode 10. Woohoo!
Oh, fuck.
Josh is allergic to something in here. It's our plants, I think.
I'm allergic to podcasting.
I think we were all allergic to podcasting for the last couple of months.
Did you say it's our plants?
Our fake plants that are in the
fake? They're
the studio.
right there.
Well, they're there, but they're not living.
I can see that you hurt this plant's feelings.
Is it starting to wilt? Damn. Bless you.
We should introduce ourselves. That should happen.
Welcome back to Living Podcariously. We are recording from the currently unnamed studios, other than by what Abigail names it, which is the Nanana Studios. We'll get her on air saying that here soon.
Why isn't that the name of it?
Okay, all right, you're listening to us from the Nanana Studios.
There you go.
Bless you. In Titusville, Florida, and Josh is allergic to everything. I am Adam. I'm one of your hosts. Sitting across from me on the new and upgraded fancy deluxe couch in the studio.
Hi, I'm Andrea Joy. And sitting next to me on the, what you called it, couch.
How you doing?
Hey.
Adam's all the way over there.
He is.
I am. There's a lot of equipment between us, too. So, by the way, I would just watch.
The only thing between us is a crack.
And I'm Mr. Wilson.
Giggity. And sitting over on the...
It's time.
Oh, that's right.
There's someone there.
Oliver is sitting in the chair over there, yes, but our normal host that would normally be with us is not here. Mr. Tach Van Sickle. Listen,
Miss you, buddy.
We loved him. He did some great things while he was on Earth, and, no, he's not dead. Well, I don't know. Why don't we just let him describe what happened? What do you say? You guys want to give him a call?
Yeah, let's give him a call.
Oh.
Check out this. With all of our new fancy stuff in the Nanana, goddamn, that's going to be hard to say. In the Nanana Studios, we have the ability to do this. Alexa, call Tach.
Did you mean Tach Van Sickle?
Yes, I did. Call Tach Van Sickle.
No, not you, phones.
Calling Tach Van Sickle.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's that beeping? Are you dying?
That was me starting
No.
our studio timer. Sorry.
Oh.
What's up, Tach?
Hey, Tach, can you hear
I
us?
thought it was a hospital monitor.
Yeah?
We had an alarm going off in studio. We didn't know what it was, and we thought you were in a hospital and hooked up. Like, stay out of the light, Carol Ann. All right, so Tach, we're at the point in the show, in the intro to the show, where we had to announce that you weren't sitting in the studio with us. So, a lot's changed. I mean, we addressed that a little bit. We haven't talked about all the other stuff going on in our lives, but the listeners do know that a lot of stuff has changed, and obviously one of that is not having one of our co-hosts. So, what's up, man?
So am I on now?
Yeah, you're on.
Oh. Well, I'm not ready yet. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Hang on. Do you not know what happened in your life the past 6 months?
The inevitability of Tach not being ready for his spot. That's. Oh, we miss you, man.
Is this the 5 seconds of silence?
Are you shitting? I think he's shitting right now.
Can you hear me?
If I hear he sounds like he's in a bathroom now.
No, I don't mean to. I had to put my earpiece in.
Is that an old man reference?
What?
Nothing. Continue, Grandpa.
Oh, no. No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
you're
you.
good, man.
Okay, all right. Okay, so let's start again. Back up.
Back up to which part?
just tell us. No, you can't click and edit. No, just tell us what.
Hi, Tach.
What?
Good to hear from you.
Tell our listeners. I mean, we owe it to our listeners because they've been with us pretty devotedly. So tell us why to our listeners. Tell our listeners why Tach Van Sickle is not sitting in studio with us tonight and for the foreseeable future, really. But why?
Yeah. Okay. So there I was. My life's going better than it has in a decade. Had my dream job, making really good money. about to close on a house within days of closing. And then I get laid off from SpaceX.
Sorry, I had to, Tach. I'm sorry, man. I had to.
And so here I am, days away from supposed to close, not knowing now if I'm even going to close on the house because I'm unemployed.
Yeah, one of the things they do is do a check on your employment just before they close.
Yeah, just before. And so I planned it out perfectly with the lease in my apartment was ending in days also. So now I come home from getting laid off going, I don't think my house is going to close now, and I'm going to be homeless in like 6 days. Awesome. So I was like, I'm unemployed and going to be homeless in 6 days. What am I going to do? So I had to make a big decision in a very short amount of time. So the decision was my sister offered me a job and a place to move to live with her up in Virginia. So
Virginia.
I had to move to Virginia.
Is that a real
this
place?
Is where I am now.
Yeah. Andrea's fucking with you. Well, no, I can't imagine. I mean, all of us have been through loss of job and, you know, situations and stress that lead up into purchasing a home. It's a pretty immense, but I can't imagine all that hitting at one time, dude.
Man.
That's gotta. I know you went through a hell of a lot of stress, and probably still are going through quite a bit of stress. But I'm sorry for you, buddy. We definitely do miss you, and you know that you will forever have a seat on this show when you come back to Florida, of course. But
this ain't forever.
That's good.
Is it for 2
I
weeks?
worked up here for a little bit.
I say you had also kind of told us about some stuff you're working on going forward. That sounds pretty exciting. You want to talk about that, or is that still?
Sure. Well, my sister just bought a franchise, and she offered me a position to run it. So, what it is, it's called Sharky's Cuts for Kids. It's like basically a beauty salon, but for kids.
Uh-oh.
Do you wear a
Catered
shark
towards
outfit?
kids and you can.
You would
if you
look
have
really
one.
cute in a shark outfit.
Is he a good left shark or right
Oh.
shark?
Baby shark?
He's a daddy shark. Never mind.
Jeez. So,
Does
yes,
that
I'm gonna
song
be-
play constantly in the shop?
We don't own the
Haircut
shop
shark
yet.
do 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 do. Haircut shark do 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 do.
No, that's awesome, though, man. So you're going to be like part owner or franchise manager? What's your role?
For this one, I'm just going to be the like the salon manager, the general manager, whatever.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, and I tried offering a job to Andrea Joy, but she doesn't want it.
That sounds like her.
Because you're not
perfect
really
for
in a state.
What?
Virginia's
You're in
a real
Virginia.
Virginia's a real place.
And
There are hummingbirds.
Yeah, there are lots of hummingbirds. Tach's got a lot of free time on his hands. He's filming hummingbirds feeding. It was really good shots, though. I will give you that.
It's okay. I can't make fun of Virginia. I'm from Oklahoma. It's a great state.
hey, I'd never lived here before. This is my first time living here, so I mean it's beautiful.
I say-
out here.
I mean, which could you really call it
Beautiful.
living in Virginia? I don't
Wow.
know. Just kidding, Tach.
Well, I don't know where we moved to, is called Loudoun County, which apparently is the richest county in the United States,
Ooh,
and it shows
prestigious
everywhere.
I'm holding my pinky up for you, man.
Do you immediately
Everywhere.
inherit like a Benz when you get there? I mean, how does that work? How do you sign up
No,
for your
everybody-
millions?
Like the average income in this county is like $130,000 a year.
Nice.
That's like the average income around here. And it shows every town you go to, every place looks brand new. Everything looks, the houses all look brand new. All the houses are huge. The house I'm living in now, my sister's house, is huge, ridiculously huge.
So if everyone's making a
New
ton of
and
money,
beautiful.
is it expensive there? Ugh, stumble over that.
It is. I was looking at like apartments to rent. And oh my God. Of course, every apartment looks brand new and beautiful. But like, I think like a 2-bedroom was like $1,500 a month. It was like $1,500 to like $2,500 a month to rent an apartment.
Holy shit.
I was like, oh my
That's a lot of
God.
haircuts.
Well, can't you just stay in your wing of your sister's house in the West Wing?
Do what? Yeah, well, my sister said, I don't have to go anywhere, so you can just stay here. It doesn't matter. So,
I'm just saying, isn't it big enough like you have your own wing? Wing of the house?
We saw the pictures, Tach.
I have my own room.
It is kind of an estate. I will say it's big. It's nice.
It is. It's huge. It's huge. Yeah, I mean, I have my own master bedroom as well. I got my own bathroom.
Oh,
in my
Andrea,
room, and
I don't know if you know this, Andrea, but Tach is living on a plantation, and it is Virginia, and they still have slaves there. So Tach's got his own.
Oh my God!
No, I thought. Oh, was that just between us? I'm sorry,
terrible.
man.
Yeah, Tach, what's it like to own people?
Oh my God!
Who do you think his employees are going to be at his haircutting business? It's all of his slave labor.
Oh my God!
Oh no. Oh.
So, speaking of that, Andrea, I need your advice. Is it going to be a nightmare being in charge of a bunch of hairstylist chicks or what?
Oh, boy.
Of course not. I'm nodding my head as I say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck with that. I mean, it is going to be a little bit different because it is kids. I don't think the bitterness about who's getting whose clients and who gets to do whose Brazilian blowout,
Flirt
whatever.
with all, sleep with none.
Oh, I thought you said sleep with nuns. I was like, sleep with nuns.
I mean, if you get the chance, I hear good things.
Well, that won't hurt your business, so whatever.
Sister.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is going to be dealing with the fucking Karens, the kids' moms.
Yeah. I need to speak
Why is
to a
her name
manager.
Karen?
Ah, crap.
That's my mom's name.
Well, does your mom want to talk to the manager?
Probably not. We went to the beauty school. My hair came out looking jacked up every time.
They give discounts if you go to the training academy to get your haircut.
That makes sense.
What's up, Tach?
Andrea,
Yes.
so am I going to be dealing with moms going this is not how my daughter wanted her hair. I want a refund, and am I going to be dealing with that?
I don't think you will so much in a kid's salon because you're basically going to have a girl's haircut and a boy's haircut. So everyone's going to be basically doing the same haircut because a lot of little kids have pretty much the same hair. It'll probably be a long haircut and a short haircut. Then they just put it up in a bow, throw some glitter on it, and the kid's happy, so the mom's happy.
Oh, yeah, good call. Andrea, Tach, make sure you have extra glitter on hand.
Glitter makes everything better. And
You
it's
want
cheap.
the same amount of glitter that the strip clubs in Cocoa Beach have on in the back room.
In fact, if a parent is angry, just throw glitter at them.
Yes.
That makes everybody happy.
Just blow it.
So that's cool. That sounds pretty long term. You kind of said this isn't a permanent thing in Virginia.
Well,
Yeah, what happens when your sister
the
hears
goal
this? Does your sister know that it's not a
The
long-term
goal
thing?
The goal is to be profitable, like the other Sharkies have all been profitable within 10 months.
Wow,
So-
That's pretty quick.
The goal is to get that profitability up within 10 months and then hopefully look into opening another one, possibly down in Florida.
I mean, look, I'm no business tycoon. My business acumen is pretty low. I haven't been profitable with a podcast in 5 years, so 10 months is good. I think the average for a business is the first 3 years you're in the red, I think, right?
It's considered 24 months, 2
Yeah,
years.
24
at least
months?
the first year, usually.
Jeez.
But
Huh. Well, hey, man, good luck. And whatever we can do to help promote you, let me know. I think, last time I looked, Virginia had 7 people that listen to podcasts. Not ours, just in general. So, I'm just kidding.
whole podcast wide.
We'll send you some stickers or something.
Gotta remember, hey, I'm near Beers Up people. All of them live about 20 minutes away from me right now.
Oh, that's a good point. How far are you from Chicago there?
A long way.
I don't-
10 hours.
My geometry skills aren't good.
That's fair.
Damn. Oh, well.
I'm only just above North Carolina.
How's the weather?
I listened to a couple of Beers Up. They're the guys who do charity events, right?
What's that?
Beers Up. They're the 2 guys. They do charity events. One of their first episodes, they talk about a charity event at a car dealership or something.
No. I don't think Beers Up is around. The podcast is dead, but the group is still there. And
They have a Facebook community. Yeah, I'm still part of their Facebook group. They do some nasty shit on their Facebook page.
yeah, it's some crude shit.
I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong. I will always click uncover photo or uncover video on their page.
For sure. Yeah, that's Bookface if you want to check it out. Bookface.
Bookface by Beers Up. Yeah, that's their podcast. Oh, was that a plug, Tach?
Oh, that was fun. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been so long.
Oh, well, all right, buddy. Just keep us updated.
Hey, Josh.
Yo.
It's game time.
What's the game?
Oh, poor Tach. Yeah, hey, Tach, game time's gonna die with you, buddy.
No, just give it to Alexa. She's sitting in my seat.
She learned that.
She is. She just lit up green for some reason.
Time. She does games.
Yeah, she does. She'll probably host it better too.
Wow.
Yeah,
At least every week.
Well, Tach, we're going to be recording every Sunday night in here, so we're not doing a full host over Alexa or over the Skype connection, but we would love to hear from you every once in a while, get an update on what you're doing, and then obviously we'd love to have you fly down or come visit us again.
Can I create a segment from far away? I don't know.
We can talk about it.
I don't know.
Yeah, we can talk about it is what my dad used to say for no. So
What?
we can talk about it.
What?
Hey, we got to pull the comedy out of you somewhere. We're trying to make your sad story turn into something a little bit funny.
So it's rough, man.
Hey, Steph got to do Florida Man from where she was at.
That's true. You want to give us some Virginia man? Oh, God, I could only imagine. A Virginia man today fell off his combine, his $400,000 combine, and hurt his 14th inheritance child of $1 million no longer gets that money. What do you say for rich people? No, we would love to hear something from you. We can come up with something. You're not kicked out of the group yet. Don't worry.
Well, I was judging by your guys' awkward silence when I was like, hey, can I do a segment? It was like cricket.
Well,
just like now.
We're not doing we can't do you motherfucker. We can't do like an hour-long game time segment over a call connection.
No, I'm not going to do a game time segment.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, he's mad.
You woke the dragon.
Listen to him. He's getting angry. Why didn't you have that level of energy when you lived in Florida, Tach? Huh? What's up with that?
You're so mean.
Game time is dead. I'm talking about something else that maybe I can do post-production, send it to you, you can just throw it in the show, or
deal.
Just call in stuff, or I don't know.
Well, what I meant when I said we could talk about it was not during the middle of recording.
Well, you can always cut this part out. So.
I'm going to cut your part out.
Dang, this is drama.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to give the listeners what they want. They want some drama. No, man, we do miss you. We wish you the best of luck. And good luck with the what is it called again? Plug your place again.
What? Oh, Sharky's Cuts for Kids.
Sharky's Cuts for Kids. There we go.
No.
I think that's copyright. We're probably going to get sued already for.
I'll do it in a
singing
different order or a different word instead of do.
No, it's not copyright. My sister owns it.
That would be a bad song.
Baby shark poo 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 poo.
Well, when you get it all launched, do you have an expected time when you're going to actually launch it and get it going?
I think sometime in October.
Oh, that's not too far off.
Happening.
That's cool. You guys already have the place picked out and everything?
No, that's what we're supposed to be doing this week.
Oh, cool. So what are you doing in the meantime? Just kind of hanging out?
Pretty much.
Oh.
Like
I got enough money to sit idle for about 3 or 4 months.
That's got to be nice.
Cool. That means you can fly in next week for Abby's birthday party.
Mm-hmm.
Frontier, yeah, pretty inexpensive. No pressure.
What?
Abby's birthday party is next week. You going to fly in for it?
I can't even make it to my grandson's birthday party.
When's that?
Which is on the 4th.
Oh, no, mine's on the
August
3rd. Abby's is on the 3rd.
Yeah.
It's a banana.
It's a banana theme. That's the word that she loves to say. All right, buddy. Anything else you want to say to the listeners or to us? I was just busting your balls. I wasn't being serious.
Send nudes.
Send nudes. Yeah. Oh, hey, before I would let you go, that's what I was going to ask. Completely forgot about that. What's the dating scene like up there? Have you started going out and meeting some good inheritance money women?
Idea.
No,
I have no idea.
You can have a segment of that. We want you out in bars telling us about Virginia women that you see and meet. Well, you can record yourself talking to them.
It'll be different once I start working, and I'm seeing all these moms come in and.
Hey.
Remember, don't hit on your clientele, dude.
Moms always have snacks.
That is true. All right, buddy. All right, well, hey, we'll let you go. We miss you, and don't be a stranger.
No, I'm not. You're the one kicking me out of the show, but it's cool.
Nobody's kicking you out of nothing,
buddy. It's all Adam's fault.
Always is. I'm used to that.
Just remember that it's all Adam.
Hey, Tach, we are going to be considering some folks for the fourth seat, the seat you left vacant down here. So be sure to tune in and listen to how our little sessions with those new folks go.
As long as I get to weigh in.
You're going to weigh, on a scale?
Does their weight matter?
Do I have to get weighed?
Two of them, Tach, I will tell you, you're gonna hate this part, but two of them are models from Orlando, and they're let's just put it this way: they are scantily clothed models, but they want a voice on radio, so they're coming over here to get some ropes into a podcast. So they're gonna audition for our show.
Yeah, now you're just messing with me.
The naked voices.
Maybe not. Stay tuned and listen, buddy. Don't worry, they'll always be not Tach for us.
Yeah.
The enthusiasm.
This wasn't my choice. This is something I had to do.
We know, man. We love you.
We want to.
Good things are coming your way, buddy. Don't worry.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, okay.
We love you, Tach.
Okay.
Catch you later, dude.
All right, guys.
Bye, Tach.
I'll see ya.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Oh, well, I mean, how else do you squeeze water out of a rock? His situation sucks, and I mean, pulling comedy out of something like that's kind of hard to do. His situation just kind of crashed in on him. So we love you, Tach, and we know it's going to work out for you up there.
But we did kind of bring up something important, fourth mic, right at the end of that call.
We really don't have models that want to come.
Are you sure? Maybe yes. I have some.
You're like, I lost my words. You took it from me. No, it's just this is something we've kind of talked about. We're not going to commit to a fourth person just yet. We're going to bring some other people in because make sure we got a good personality. Because all of our jokes aside and stuff, Tach will be difficult to replace. We had a really good
chemistry.
Yeah. It worked really well in the studio, and it's hard to replace. I mean, he's been there for all of the episodes.
In this iteration, he's been there since episode 0, since the beginning. In the prior iteration, when it was me and Ron, he came on in episode 3. So he was on for the majority of all of those episodes too. So yeah, Tach's been part of Living Podcariously since 2015, maybe 14. I don't know, even when we started it, but it's only taken us that many years to get to 100 episodes, guys. So
it didn't take us that many years. Maybe you guys
got him.
That's true.
Yeah, I showed up at episode 80 or something.
We've only made it 20 episodes. Oh, all right. So we just got our update from Tach, and that's kind of tough to follow. Andrea, what have you been doing since we last stopped recording?
When was the last time we recorded?
I don't know.
January.
The exact same thing.
It was before you guys got married.
Still raising.
I'm still a mom. Now I have 3 children, to take care of.
Our last actual recording was before we got married?
Our last
recording. Yeah, our last release. So episode 100 was before we got married. But the episodes that we released a couple, days ago at this point,
we got married.
Yeah, we've been married.
So I got married in the last couple of months.
You know what we hadn't done yet? Is where we're sitting right now. We had not done that yet.
We moved. That's now right. I have 3 kids living here. I'm not saying Adam's a kid. We have all 3 of our kids. We have Josh and Alyssa and Abby.
Yeah, my son moved over here. He's going to be going to Merritt Island High.
So when I cook lasagna, There's no leftovers.
Yeah, there is not any. My son eats like he's skinny as a fucking beanpole, 6'2", but he can howl down an entire half of a lasagna platter. It's ridiculous.
It's still something that Margaret and I bring up pretty much every time we leave here when Josh is here. When I met him, he was 5 or 6 at this point, 2007. Yeah, so he'd have been 5 or 6 back then. Ooh, younger than that. 4.
Yeah, wow. 7, it was 4.
Knee high.
Yeah.
It's being a grown-up is weird.
It keeps coming, too. It doesn't stop. You just get older and older and older.
So we have an intern at work right now, and he's 21, and it's amazing. So I'm kind of detached. Like, I know like the stereotypes and the memes and stuff. They talk about the like younger people and new adults and that kind of stuff, and it's I've always, I laugh because of course 20-year-olds are dumb. All of us were dumb at 20, but just it's the first time in a long time I've actually sat and talked to a 21-year-old, and it's just so weird to think like. So when I was 21, I was overseas. I was already contracting in the Middle East.
Were you at 21?
At 20, yeah. I was home for my. I was not home for my. No, I was home for. You took me out. You took me out for my 21st.
Where'd we go?
We started at the port. We kept trying to get people to sell me drinks a couple hours early.
Oh, like before midnight?
Yeah, I turned 21 at midnight. Right. Yeah, and then we went to Lido's and
our local gentleman's establishment.
Yeah, actually,
and they didn't give a fuck.
Man, no, they absolutely did. We went
that's right. They made it right at midnight.
Oh yeah, we told them when we went in, like he turns 21 at midnight. Can we get him drinks? Whatever. Just same thing we had been doing, and they said no, we can't. But then they told the DJ or the MC, and he talked shit all night long about the fact that I couldn't drink yet.
But then he made it a big deal.
He did. So midnight hits, and I'm up on the stage, and a beer is like lowered in front of my face into my vision. And I was like, it must be midnight. And I turn around, and the MC is now talking shit like, oh, look, he's 21 now, whatever. He's never had a beer in his life. Sure, whatever. He's just talking shit. So I did the only thing that I could do is I pounded the beer, and then I only have 2 more memories from that night. The next night. You bought me 3 shots. I don't remember what was there, but they were 3 double shots.
Oh my goodness.
And I did them in a row.
Oh my goodness.
And then I woke up on the couch the next morning, not my bedroom, not my bed. I woke up on the couch because apparently I made out with a stripper that night.
Yeah, I also remember that you couldn't well, let's just put it, your ass was a little sensitive because the strippers at that place have a reputation for undressing the guy on stage and beating him with his own belt. And I was pretty sure they did that to you that night. Maybe that was Cameron when we took my stepson out.
I fucking hard blocked that out then if that happened. I repressed the shit out of that memory.
So this 21-year-old that works at your work, he's going through all these same things in his life right now?
It's just, I guess really we're talking about being an adult now. Just he talks, I'm just like, this sentence was empty. Just like you wanted to hear your voice.
I feel like the place that I work right now, which is where you used to work, is just basically like a postgraduate recruitment center because that's all you ever hear in the whole place is people saying words like synergy and, it's just fucking stab my eyeballs out.
Lip fam yeet.
Synergy from Gem? Fashion and
No,
thing?
not that.
Gem? Oh.
No. Probably 5 listeners actually understand that. The rest of them.
Well, they're the coolest listeners of all.
Definitely.
So yeah, Andrea and I closed on a house since we last recorded. And it's a fun little house. We're recording right now from the basement of that house. Yes, Florida houses do have basements every once in a while.
We have the only one.
Yeah, it's like the only basement in all of Florida. We purchased a house on a pretty good size amount of land for us down here anyway. And the house is on a higher elevation than most other homes in Brevard. So what they did is they dug the garage and the basement into the ground. So you kind of pull under the house to park, and then the basement's behind that. And when we bought it, the former owners had already had it air conditioned, so there's already air conditioning, sliding glass doors in here. It's nice. So we just got to decorate it. We're going to put up some cool studio stuff, and then we're eventually going to stream out of here. So eventually you'll see some video streaming coming out of here on Twitch or on something. We don't know what we're going to use yet. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun little house. All the kids have their own rooms.
I say we're definitely going to use Twitch because Amazon is now giving away Twitch Prime.
Really?
If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime.
Really?
Yep.
Is that like effective right now?
That's a thing.
I have Amazon Prime. Cool.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, and bonus, not that this is going to apply when Smoke and Mirrors 5 weeks from now, this episode goes out. But they have a thing on Twitch right now where if you just buy a game, you get $15 onto your Amazon account. But they have games for $15. Like Fallout 76, like recent games.
So you buy your first game and then all the rest of them are free?
No.
No, you get your $15 back.
Oh, okay.
You buy one, and then they'll just put $15 on your Amazon account. So
that's cool.
Once it washes out, it's effectively a free game.
That's sweet. Well, we're not affiliated links with Amazon yet. Just give us some time.
Ding!
Yeah, there you go. What was that?
Fine.
So what else? What else has been going on since we had last recorded? We do have, by the way, listeners, we do have some stories we want to talk about tonight, so it'll be a normal show still too, but we figured with that big of a break, we're going to give you guys some of the personal stuff. Some of our listeners are really tied into our lives and want to hear it, so you're going to get it.
Yeah, there's, well, you kind of touched it where you used, or where I used to
I kind of touched it? Is that?
Yeah, you kind of touched it where I used to work.
Yeah.
I don't work there anymore.
So you don't get touched anymore.
I don't get touched. I don't.
You've had your baby. You're done with it.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to talk about my life because I've had things going on. So first, I have left Lockheed Martin. I got the fuck out of there.
Oh, wait. I think I have a sound effect for that. Hang on.
Giant flushing toilet.
Where the fuck is it? Here it is.
Yeah.
That is not anything fancy. This is a little dollar toy that we got for.
That was like $10.
All right. Well, it's a. Look, it's nothing. These are not
from
fancy
Santa
studios.
Claus.
You want to help us get some fancier equipment in the studios? Donate to us and hit me up on Facebook. We'll tell you how.
Yeah. So I left there. I got the fuck out. It's such bullshit. Get hired as an IT security consultant and doing documentation. It's fucking insulting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and I know it's
what I do every day for my entire last 8 months. Yeah. It does kind of suck, but I mean that's 13th grade. That's basically what you do there.
That's fair. But I have left, and I'm now working on a research and development sysadmin role for a company called Alstom.
Alstom or Alstom?
It is not Alstom. I said it one fucking time. How did you hear about it?
You told me if I ever talk to our buddy Scott and I say Alstom, he'll give me hell about it.
Did he?
No, I haven't had a conversation with him where he actually heard me say the word.
Gotcha.
But now, if something ever happens and the stars line up and I get a fucking job there, guess what? It's going to be Alstom. That's just what it's going to be to me.
Yeah, but it's a very American way to say it, apparently.
Yeah, it's a French-owned company.
But no, it's really neat. So I get a lot of job satisfaction there. They basically point me at an end goal. Like, we want this system to do that. And I just go and work on it until it does. And if it can't, I tell them why. That's it.
That's cool.
Yeah, I get to support.
You under-glorified yourself a little bit there, though. You're in charge of like a lab, right? You've got kind of your own setup, your own. You design some of the Linux side stuff for them. And
do you wear a white coat?
No.
That'd be way cooler, though.
It's in the wash.
Oh.
But it's no, you're right though. I do it's so that what it would technically be called is a private cloud. So using something called OpenStack and an array of servers, they're all running in tandem and basically can run virtual machines. I can run Docker containers. I can run a full Kubernetes setup.
You got all that right, Andrea?
That made sense. Yeah, you could do that.
It was in a cloud.
But so it's just a really gratifying thing. So like I work with this team of data scientists that are just coming up with algorithms to do some things for trains, and they do all of their machine learning and data analytics in my lab on the virtual computers, the virtual machines that I build them.
That's cool, man. I'm wicked jealous. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I know. And I say it here, I've said it 100 times, but thank you for the referral.
Oh yeah.
That's
all good.
I've just been jerked around for so long professionally that it's so nice to just enjoy going to work. It's been like 2.5 years since I left CENTCOM that my jobs have all been ridiculous and not at all what I signed up for.
Well, that's awesome, dude. You fucking deserve it. You're a talented dude. I can't do what you do. That's why I absolutely am happy with you getting that job. I couldn't do it. So when you get the spots, you know where to find your boy. I'm just saying.
Clouds.
Thanks you for the job.
Clouds.
I get to build a cloud. Fuck.
Oh, you haven't said something very important in your life.
That is definitely. You know what? Good luck editing that into a cohesive ending to that
I'll
story.
make it. Yeah, I'll make it add in.
But also, yeah, big announcement from us. Margaret and I, my wife and I, are expecting baby number 2. Yay!
That's a horrible sound effect. God, that sounds like ass.
Rough. But
that's
yeah,
awesome, dude.
Yeah, Christmas Day is the due date.
I'll never be able to catch up with that.
It's
Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
a cool due date.
I'm sorry?
I said that's a cool due date.
It's not.
Except if
at
you're
all.
the kid.
It's even as parents, it's garbage. We can't do anything in December. No family vacation, no cruising, can't fly anywhere. Margaret can't go on a cruise ship or fly.
Oh, this year.
Yeah, this year.
I thought you meant forever.
No, and then every year it's just going to be Christmas, kid number 2's birthday, and then Margaret's birthday is the 29th. So the end of December is just going to be a whole bunch of people getting half-assed gifts from everybody
That's
around
bye-bye
us.
Paychecks is what the end of December is for Josh.
No,
My birthday is exactly 6 months to the day from Christmas, June 25th. So I have it. I always thought as a kid, I'm like, that's awesome. I get presents at halfway through the year, and then the other half, I get them on both ends. Like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, so it's, I don't know, I think it'll be good. We're going to try too. I'm sure I've talked about it on the show, but I hate what Christmas has become. There was like 5 years I told my family, just don't buy me anything. I want to be there, I want to hang out, but just don't buy me gifts. I'm not going to buy anybody gifts. And they called me a Scrooge for a while, but now guess what? My family doesn't exchange gifts anymore. We have a cap. We do like white elephant stuff. So they're like, oh yeah, we were doing that. So I hope that I can bring that to my kids too, and not.
Why is your family got to call it white elephant? Why can't it be like, African American elephant? What the fuck?
Because we Googled it and found the rules, and that's what Google said it's
we
called.
We call it Dirty Santa.
Dirty Santa, that's a good one.
On my mom's side. Because there's so many people. But the kids always get something. Everyone always gets the kids a little
for sure,
something.
Yeah,
but
kids
then
always
once they get to a little older, they see us playing the game, and they would rather do that. And they're like, well, do you want to play or do you want to get the other gifts? And most of the time...
And the kids always wonder why the adults fight over whoever gets the liquor. The liquor gets stolen the most at all those.
Like shit. I have one family member, and she does this every year. She buys what she wants, and then plays the game fighting to get her thing back.
That's an interesting strategy, though.
It is, but like, I know that they just go buy a second one. Like, it's a $25 limit. Just buy 2.
That's true.
Don't be that person. But so no,
that's awesome. Congratulations, dude. We're very happy for you and Margaret. Andrea and I we're talking about another kid.
Don't do it.
Mostly we're talking about your kid, but no, we're talking about having another kid. So we'll see. We'll hey, if that's, if shit happens in the right order, then it's going to happen. But we're not going to allow ourselves to go much more than about another year, and then that'll be our end of baby making time. I'll probably go get snipped because it's so easy for guys to have done.
That's next year for me.
Is it next year?
Have to wait until this next kid is 3 months old.
Have you guys come up with a name yet?
We don't know the gender yet.
But parents usually always talk about the names prior. No. Like if we have a boy, we're going to name him Sebastian.
No, we're not.
Yeah, 100%. We're naming him Sebastian.
We're going to name him Adam.
We are. We really are naming him Sebastian.
We'll probably name him Adam.
I'm going to use that name. Fuck you both. No, it's really weird to kind of experience how different our perspective is going into kid number 2.
Oh yeah.
It's there's not even like stress there. It's really bizarre. Like I'm not like, we know that it's going to be stressful, and we know the sleepless nights that are coming back, and we know that just the fucking infighting between 2 kids is going to be a constant problem until they're teenagers and we can walk out of the room. But it's going to be cool. We're more excited than we were last time. We were very stressed last time.
Do you want a particular sex? Do you want a boy? You want a boy?
Hands down, yeah. We want our daughter, we want a son, and we want to be done.
But there's something about sisters, too.
And it's the thing, like, we won't be... I mean, we're going to get one or the other. That's kind of how it works. But, like, if we don't get what we want, like, it's not... We're not, like, hung up on it. It's not going to be, like, a bad thing. Just, like, we want both. We want to be done.
So, that's awesome, man. We're very happy for you. A little jealous, but very happy for you, too.
Yeah, now we just got to hold it together for 20 years.
Yeah.
Fucking kick him out.
I don't think there's
Still
anything wrong with you and
doesn't
Margaret.
Nah, we're gonna be all right. Yeah, she's actually down in Miami for a bachelorette party right now.
Really?
Yeah, they've gone to 3 drag shows this weekend.
That's awesome.
One of them was accidental. They were at Senior Frogs. Senior Frogs did a full production drag show in Miami.
No shit.
Nice.
I like Senior Frogs. That place is a fun place. The only one I've been to, though, is, to be honest, is the one in the Bahamas.
Nassau.
Nassau in the Bahamas.
So that's how everybody finds Senior Frogs.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, they're actually spread out all over Florida. They're just as bad.
I like the chairs that make it look like I got thongs on. That's what I like.
They're so expensive.
Yeah, well,
And-
but you're on vacation. Money doesn't matter when you're on vacation, right,
It's
Andrea?
not true. It should always matter. It should matter more when you're on vacation. See how you get away with nothing.
We just went to... I'll tell you what, we'll save that story for when we come back from break, but we just went to Oklahoma.
You could probably finish that in 4 minutes.
And we're over on time.
Oh, we are.
Yeah,
We're under on time because we've got like
We're
5,
44 minutes on this.
and we've probably got 5 minutes to cut out.
So-
You got time to tell your story.
yeah. It's Oklahoma.
All right, so when you picture in your head, because this is what I pictured in my head of going on vacation. If I was to tell you, imagine going to Oklahoma, what would you imagine? What would you think in your head? Like, Oklahoma. Like you say, go to Hawaii. All right, I know what I'm going to see in Hawaii. Pretty good idea. If you even tell me go to like California or, Denver or New York or Florida, wherever, you have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see when you go to that state. What do you picture in your mind for a vacation in Oklahoma?
I see mountains.
It's flat.
Completely flat.
Completely flat.
100% flat.
I have no idea.
See, exactly. Nobody knows. And that's what I was going into this. I didn't look up anything online. Andrea has told me so many good things about Oklahoma. I'm like, okay, she has a family heritage tied to that location. So that's different. Her impression of Oklahoma is completely skewed and biased because that's where she's from. So I said, okay, she really wants to go visit family. Let's do it. Andrea bought us tickets to go fly up there. The whole family, everybody went. And so we did it. We went to Oklahoma. I mean, goddamn, Josh, that was fun. Oklahoma is really cool. I don't even know where to begin with that. First things first, her family is amazing. So she got a gigantic family up there that gave us our own Suburban to be able to drive around while we were there. By the way, when you go to Oklahoma, it's not, hey, do you own a truck to help me lift my stuff or move my stuff? It's, hey, can you come over Saturday and bring the truck? Everyone there owns trucks. So much so that when my son turns 16, we are legitimately going to look at the market at the time and probably fly up, buy him a truck and drive it home because the difference in price for truck used market up there is that big of a difference. The average price difference is like $4,000 to $5,000. It's ridiculous because there's so many trucks there. Everybody has trucks.
Let me just throw this out there. It costs about $1,500 to $2,000 to trailer a car across the country.
$1,500 to $2,000?
Mm-hmm.
That's not that bad. We're just going to drive the motherfucker.
So when you're talking about flying there and driving back, you just break even. I mean, don't get me wrong, the road trip sounds like a lot of fun.
The tickets up there, round trip tickets for a family of 5 was only like $600? $500. They're cheap to get there now.
Did you guys fucking stick the pilot? I mean,
Allegiant.
It's Allegiant. Yeah, there's a direct flight to
Got
Oklahoma City from Sanford, from Orlando.
Cool.
So yeah, they're cheap to get up there. So we're going to consider it. There is a tariff we have to pay to bring the truck into state, but other than that, it's like a $500 fee. Other than that, it's still remarkably cheaper to buy a truck there, so we might do it. But no, it's very flat. Her family farms like 4,500 acres. They've got tons and tons of farms and like the huge, gigantic combines, and they own their own tractor trailers, and they do pretty well for themselves. Let's just put it that way.
Does your family own people like Tach?
No, just cattle.
We took my son shooting for the first time. We took Alyssa too, but Alyssa really was kind of afraid of the gun, so it wasn't her thing, and that's fine. But we took Josh shooting, and these people competitively shoot. And let me just put it this way: my son, being a gamer anyway, knows how to read crosshairs pretty well. Using a competitive rifle and custom ammunition, they make their own ammo there. It's not like store-bought; they make their own. He hit a target twice, center mass, at 1,067 yards. Now, for those of you that don't do numbers very well, that's 3/4 of a mile of a hit, and he hit it twice. And that is fucking nuts. Out of like 5 attempts, maybe he hit it twice.
That's still awesome.
That is nuts. I hit it once center mass, but I wasn't as good as him at shooting. So he had the time of his life. He went 4-wheeling. We went to a water park of all things. We went to go to a water park in Oklahoma. We went there. We went to see some cool Art Deco stuff that Andrea's cousin does down in Oklahoma City.
It was at Factory Obscura
or Obscura or something like that.
Ooh, we should say that right though.
Oh yeah, that's a good. I'll look it up. You want to go down? I'll link.
We didn't.
But it's an immersive art project. They have a big, huge warehouse. I believe you said 9,000 square feet, and they have 12 full-time salary artists that work there. The building was owned by the Flaming Lips.
The band.
Cool.
Lips.
Yeah.
So it's just they're in the process
Alexa,
of decorating the whole
Play
thing.
the Flaming Lips most recent song.
We were trying to get through our
Playing songs by the
vacation in
Flaming
5
Lips from
minutes.
Spotify.
Yeah, well, just real quick. We'll have it in the background. Yeah. So there's the Flaming Lips for you. But continue your story about
Lost it.
Factory Obscura, Oklahoma City. Okay.
It's 9,000 square feet, 12
So
salary
they're
artists.
working on it. We got to see one cool part, a lot of little light shows and stuff, and they're working on doing the whole thing, and it's going to open in September, the entire warehouse. So it was cool because it was different than the countryside of Oklahoma. We got to go to Oklahoma City, and Alyssa was in her realm there. She got to be amongst just crazy art that just unique people doing cool things.
Yeah, I'll take some of those. I'll take a look at some of those. When we go
Yeah,
on break.
it's really cool. They had the giant head in there. There's a whole story behind it that the band wrote. They wrote the story, and I think one of their songs is based on it too. But you lay inside the head, inside his mouth, and look up, and behind the whole details. I won't tell you to spoil the story, but you see an amazing light show that they give you glasses for as well. And it is just intense and nuts and made me want to be on some other substances that you can't legally do. Well, apparently you can in Oklahoma, but we didn't do them. But yeah, it was really
legal
cool.
There? You can do drugs in Oklahoma?
Not legal for recreational. It's legal for medical.
Oh. There is a dispensary on every other corner in the smallest of towns.
Yeah.
Good money.
In the town Andrea took me to where her family lives, which is Chickasha, Oklahoma.
Chickasha, Oklahoma.
Shay.
There's we saw like 12 of them. Oh, and I got to try Andrea's favorite Mexican food restaurant in the entire world.
Mayo.
Yeah, Taco Mayo. Andrea used to work there when she was in high school, Josh. This is how small of a town this is. So we walk in, and Andrea's holding Abby, and we've got the other kids with us, and we're going to go order our lunch. And the girl behind the counter looks at her and goes, "You're still having babies."
And I said, "You're still making tacos."
She was still working there from when Andrea was in high school. That was like 60 years ago now.
What?
Just slid that in there. I'm just joking.
Excuse me?
I said like 6 years ago.
23.
Yeah, something like that. Oh, so yeah, it was good.
That's not. I mean, the pictures and everything look like a lot of fun. You guys want to take a break? Get some fresh air?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a break. Let's go figure out who the hell's walking around upstairs.
Maybe it's the ghost.
Give them some.
Yeah, Alyssa calls them our goat ghosts here. So
Is
she
it
thinks
a
there's a goat. All right, so we're going to take a break. Obviously, listen to a little of one of our favorite local bands. Listen to some true Phonic.
Oh, yeah.
While it's a crying shame, I'm still loving you. Ain't that the truth? And one of these days I'm gonna have to choose. That's why it's such a crying shame that I'm still loving you. Oh, well, it's a crying shame I'm even crying at all. Though tears may fall, I still have my alcohol. That's why it's such a crying shame that I'm even crying at all. Seems I've loved and lost another for the 10,000th time. I'm angry and confused, but I was a fool to forget that I'll always be alone, just shamefully still crying over you. I seem to be up past 2. Ain't that the truth? And it's all probably because of booze. Woo. That's why it's such a crying shame that I seem to be up past 2. Oh, as my luck would have it, I see I've reached a limit with such a saddening point of view. I'm stripped to my desire for some brand new first impression, just shamefully still crying over you.
All right, welcome back to Living Podcariously. Josh, your dad lived over in Japan, right? He was over there for a few years doing work, right?
Both my parents, yeah.
Japan is known for lots of crazy fetish type scenes, and they're usually like, I don't want to say objectively, I don't want to sound objective against them because I'm not. Whatever gets your goat is fine, but they're usually more forward in their sexual openness in that country than most places around the world. Would you agree with that? Is that pretty?
Would wildly disagree with that.
Really? Because they're the places you can buy used panties and vending machines. I mean, that's that kind of place.
Their crazy fetish culture comes from the fact that they are so sexually repressed. Their culture is to like not talk about it, not.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's like taboo. Like you and I sitting around as dudes talking about it is like pushing it.
Really?
For
No
Japanese
kidding.
people. Oh yeah.
That's interesting.
So because of that, like all of that only lives in the anonymous portions of the internet. Like they just, and then there's like their red light district in Tokyo that's super famous. But
well, let's talk about the red light district. So that part of the country is still, there's still laws that prohibit certain activities like prostitution, right? That's still an illegal act in Japan.
I think so.
Okay, I assume it was.
Yeah, let's assume.
We'll go with that too. How do you think Japan, as weird as some parts of their culture is, how do you think they're getting away with a legalized brothel right now? Brothel is just a fancy word for a whorehouse. How do you think they're doing it? They're getting away with it right now. There's a functioning legal brothel in Japan. Andrea, do you know? Do you have any idea?
If I would guess, I would say that it's on a boat.
No, that's a bordello. A brothel on the water is called a bordello.
Huh.
So no, it's not that. What do you think? Think
It's
futuristic.
it's a hot air balloon. It's an airship brothel.
No, that'd be interesting too. I would imagine that would still be called a bordello though, but
Quit shitting on my ideas.
think futuristic, Andrea.
Like the Jetsons?
They're fucking robots.
They are fucking robots.
Huh?
No shit. It says Three's a Crowd. This is an article from The Sun. Sex robot brothel launched in Japan amid surge in men seeking bisexual threesomes. I don't know what that has to do with the cool part about having a robot whorehouse, but it's in their article, so be it. So yeah, Japan has now opened up a fully legal way for men and I guess women to go in and have sex with AI. You can go in and have sex with robots.
How clean do they get, though?
Just bleach it. It's fine.
Yeah, but you go get your nails done at Top Nails, and you don't know how clean their stuff is.
Oh, why you gotta throw Top Nails under the bus? Jeez.
I just made up a nail place.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like just bleach it applies to things you have sex with, not the nice lady at Top Nails who does your nails.
But what if your skin is sensitive to bleach?
You wash it afterwards?
So when I was literally writing the notes, and Andrew, you hit that one out of the park. When I was writing the notes of this, I wrote down, ask Josh about what would be the life like, but the guy has to go up and clean up. What is maintenance and cleanup like in a place like that?
I mean, you know how like your lawnmower has that port where you can screw the hose in? You just turn it on and it cleans everything?
You think they have that with the robots?
Yeah, it's just like a plug in the back. You just screw the hose in, turn it on high pressure, and it just all blows out.
What if it backfires and gets you?
What if the robot turns around and starts fucking you up?
And it just all over you.
Oh, God, that's the worst kind of backwash ever.
Dude spew accidentally.
Oh, that's the name of it. Some dude spew. That's about as racist as I'm going to go with that comment. But yeah, so would you do it? Would you, either one of you guys, would you have sex with a robot?
No.
Well,
Sure.
if you have a vibrator, any sexual aids is kind of like having sex with a robot. It just doesn't have intelligence behind it. It doesn't have well, maybe some do, but it's not going to like wink at you. You know what I mean?
People aren't using my vibrator.
Okay, so it's an issue of multiple people using it. What if you had your own personal at-home sex robot?
I would still be scared of it sometimes.
But the other times? You'd ride that thing like a cowboy?
What if it malfunctioned or broke or electrocuted me?
I mean, there's a number of things that could go wrong, but what about you, John? I think this is a difference between men and women, too.
Yeah, I mean, certainly.
It's just like a really fancy fleshlight.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. It's just, it's exactly like that. Vibrator is a perfect analogy. But a community vibrator? That's a weird thought.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. What if, all right, well, so that maybe that's a good example. What if there was like the world's best fleshlight? You know what a fleshlight is, right, Andrew? Okay. World's best fleshlight. The only caveat is you pay $1 for it and you go next, basically. So you don't know how many other people have used it prior to you, but they wash it out.
You don't know how good they wash it out, and besides, ew.
Bingo. Would you stick your dick in that?
Nope.
So you would have a problem with this place. You wouldn't have sex with the robots.
at a time in my life, but not anymore.
Not now.
Fuck that.
It's only $1.
What? I was using that as an example to say it's a cost savings when you're not buying the product all on your own, when you're purchasing your time with it, not your investment in the whole ownership of the product. So these people don't go and buy a robot when they have sex with them. They just rent the time with them. That's all that they're doing.
Community vibrator.
I mean, what kind of health codes apply here? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I just hung up on how like it's so cringy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of weird to be in a spot. I don't fault people for going to prostitutes. Just the idea of going to this sex robot because it doesn't have downtime.
What does it do when it gets off of work? Does it go drink down at the bar?
But like that's my point. It wouldn't. It just constantly gets used.
What if it was like? Have you seen Westworld?
I have not.
Seriously,
I've seen the first episode, and it looks amazing.
The Westworld is really good.
It is on my watch next or whatever Amazon calls it.
If the robots in this sex, and we know that it's not as advanced as some of the sci-fi that's out there right now, but what if the robots in this brothel in Japan were as attractive and humanistic as the robots in Westworld? Would you do it then? Then, I mean, they clean themselves at that point. I mean, they don't, you know what I mean? They don't have to. Then it's just like a person, just it's not a person.
Still seems weird.
I don't know. I think given the circumstances, if I was single, if I didn't
that was a good one to add in there.
Yeah.
That's important.
You're so smart.
Well, so when masturbating, I don't think that's cheating. I don't think that's cheating
robot?
at all.
Oh, we're going down this road again?
With a robot, maybe because there could be some emotional attachment because of how anthropomorphized it is.
What if you fall in love with your hand?
I'm already there. Just kidding.
I would be really sad without it.
Look, I have a ring on.
Fond of it.
Yeah, I don't. To me, anthropomorphizing machinery to the point of making it so much like a human that I don't know. Maybe that doesn't skirt on cheating, but that's an interesting one. Do you think having sex with one of these robots is cheating on your wife or your significant other? To me, I would feel guilty if I went to have sex with this thing.
I say, yeah, the emotional response that I have thinking about doing it is guilt.
Do you use your right hand or your left hand?
It depends on my mood.
Which one have I been sitting on longer?
Now, it also depends if I'm using my right hand to surf the internet. So that's an important one. That's my mouse hand. That's almost as important as the jacket hand.
Oh my God.
I think that guilt comes from the fact that I don't think either of us can really see a scenario where the idea of an emotional attachment coming up isn't there. Like that would be a totally normal thing if it's that human, if it's conversing and it remembers you. And I think it's impossible to not have like people would fall in love with these robots and like be stuck in that loop and it would impact their life.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that, so I don't think Andrea ever could necessarily get jealous of a masturbatory device.
I could.
You could definitely get jealous of a robot. If I was having sex with a robot and that's it, you would get jealous of a robot.
Uh-huh.
I probably would too. If you were only having sex with a robot and turning me down, then sure, I would probably get jealous.
I could get just jealous of any device. If you're giving that your time instead of me, I could be jealous of it.
All right. Okay, that's fair. So I think that comes into it too. I think the guilt of not being with your significant other plays in my mind, at least.
Yeah, I don't know. And guys are animals too.
Guys will stick it in a tree knot if it's got a big enough hole. Guys are, yeah. What?
Boys.
Yeah, that's us.
Well, there are some things that you should know about guys.
Oh, yeah? No, we're not doing my class. And you can find out all about that in the diary.
Sorry, let me just take that beach ball back. Let me just deflate that, put it back in the cabinet for later.
Yeah, she stuck it with a sword midair. Done.
Oh. Well, that's cool. So I guess since that really soft segue was missed, I'm just going to throw down a really hard segue.
Do it.
So I'm going to do something a little different than the newsflash tonight.
Oh, okay.
I've just recently found this small fascination with this, and I can only call him a personality, Bob Lazar. This, like,
you were gonna make Tach his first episode. He's not with us. You were gonna make him so jealous about talking about Bob Lazar right now.
I mentioned it in our little group chat, and he was like, "That sucks. I would love that."
Yeah.
He's just.
Do you know? I guess qualify it, Josh. Andrea, do you know who Bob Lazar is at all?
With aliens?
Hey, that's important. Yeah.
Yeah, he's this guy that stands up in front of cameras and lies about everything, and then people believe him. I don't know what superpower he has, but he is like, he stood up in front of people and said, "I have a degree from MIT," and then MIT was like, "No, he doesn't." But people still believe that he has a fucking degree from MIT.
MIT's lying.
Do you know what his superpower is? It's called confidence.
It must be.
Because when he speaks, I mean, this has been analyzed.
Yeah.
The Bob Lazar story is pretty fascinating. There's a Netflix special on it. I watched the whole thing. It's really good. I come from the stance of, just on Bob Lazar, I come from the stance of, I don't necessarily believe the accuracy of what he's claiming. However, there are so many of those things that he has claimed that were refuted originally and denied originally, yet later in his life, even to today, have been proven accurate. It's scary. It's incredibly eerie. Yeah, according to MIT, he didn't go there. He was never part of their academic student class or anything. However, even on one of the phone books, the company, like the student directories and the whatever, he's listed in there. So it's quite interesting. That's not exactly Robert something Lazar. D. Lazar, I think, is his middle or initial, whatever it is. That's not exactly a common name. So for that to be listed in the same years he claimed to have gone there in a published document from them, that's a little bizarre. So there are lots of things that tie in together for it being him having credibility behind his stories.
I didn't take his story about going to school there as a lie. I think he went there, but he has claimed that he has 2 advanced degrees that he doesn't, like, they have no record of him getting any of these degrees. Like, you didn't graduate. That's the thing that weirds me out so much. And like his whole, like the first thing he talked about, his first story that he talked about when he went on the radio in LA anonymously, he talks about
the news. When he went on the news first, I thought.
Or was it the news first?
Yeah, he went on with the shadow like he was a silhouette.
Yeah, that's right. So it was the news first and then the radio show. But he qualified himself by talking about this super secret, top secret hand scanning thing that let him like use bone length and bone density. It was publicly posted in 1971. Like, it's not a secret technology at all.
Oh, really? So how Netflix depicted that, I didn't know about that one until I watched the Netflix story. How Netflix depicted that is that the details of that hand scanner didn't come out until like 25 years after he talked about it. And then it came out and it's exactly the thing that he was claiming to have used. Yeah. So that's interesting. So that conflicts with Netflix's depiction of that story. Or at least that particular device. The one question that he asks that is pretty interesting. So they confirmed he worked at Groom Lake. which was Area 51 basically. Mm-hmm. They confirmed that. So he was definitely an employee there. They say he didn't work on what he was supposed to be working on. However, he did have a clearance and a TS clearance at the time. So here's, and the only things that they did there were things like super high-end physics type work. It wasn't like janitors. You know, they didn't have like the cleaning crew that had those levels of clearance. Let me put it that way. Those people didn't have that there. They didn't even have those people there. So the question that Bob asks later, he's like, fine, I don't...
Their robots are dirty then.
Good callback. Bob asks the question, he's like, look, do you honestly think, going back to his degrees, he's like, do you honestly think that the U.S. government gave me this high of a clearance and hired me to work at Groom Lake with only a high school diploma? And that's a very credible question. Of course they wouldn't. That would not happen. They would not put in the effort to go through the clearance and do all of that stuff and hire him on a physics style team to, or allegedly was for what they did at that place, if they didn't have some confidence in his capabilities. So that's an interesting point. It's a really good...
It is an interesting point, but I mean, I don't have a degree.
You're not, I mean, working in but you're not working in upper
Area
level
51.
physics. And
I'm working on computers. I can justify that differently.
Yeah, you're not working in a trade skill that does require years and years and years of actual hardcore science to be able to master. You can go and learn, Linux and Unix and system administration and systems engineering just with time on the job. You can't do that with those types of jobs. You can't learn atomic weights and how reactions are going to work inside nuclear conditions with OJT. That just doesn't happen, because one mistake in that and you're done. The people have gone back and forth on this guy for a long time. And the guys at his Area 51, we're going to give them a little plug bell, because they do a really good synopsis on Bob Lazar. They have a good episode on him. They call him a quack too. They call him, not to spoil their episode, but they call him out on a lot of things that he's claimed and can't prove, and there's no way to prove some of the things he's claimed, which makes it grandiose. However, I claim that there's enough credible evidence that has been proven over the years to draw into question some of his claims. Even if only 1% of his claims are true, that means there's some pretty fucking bizarre stuff that is covered up, that is hidden behind closed doors.
That would make him a ghost. Like, to have whole school records and stuff wiped.
Yeah.
Well, think where he worked. Hello. They're going to wipe away everything.
It's true.
Yeah, but that means influencing levels of academia. That doesn't mean just like covering up that he worked there.
They won't even let you tell me what's there.
I don't know what's there.
I know. Keep saying that.
That's not... My levels of clearance have never given me purview into anything that's cool.
I know. Yeah.
So some of my research into him too it's been kind of interesting that he owns, I had to pull it up, United Nuclear. He's one of the last companies that can just sell bulk chemicals to regular people.
Yeah.
Just kind of weird.
Did you read much on it?
Still exists.
Element 115. Did you read much on that?
Yeah,
this stuff
I just had the name
fucking crazy.
Pulled up. Yeah, but
Moscovian or something like that.
Moscovium.
Andrew, this
Moscovium. But I don't know. It's so weird because it was theoretical when he was originally talking about it. They didn't get it to work until 2003.
Yeah, it was very recent that they even really held it in a stable state inside a particle collider to where they could show that it's, I say stable state, it's state. Their versions of it to prove that it existed were nanoseconds in length. Yeah. So it was super, super tiny. He apparently had some of it in a stable form that he had allegedly smuggled out of Groom Lake or Area 51 that he was able to use to manipulate gravity with. And that element is supposed to be one that... Andrew, you remember the elemental table in high school? Remember working with the elemental table? Well, the elemental tables all have their atomic weights. Theoretically, one through like 124 or something like that was the last one. And there were several spots in the elemental table that had missing pieces that weren't there. They were only theoretical, not actual proven elements at the time. Well, the elemental table now looks completely different than it did when you and I went to high school.
It does?
They've got those missing ones filled in because now they've proven a lot of these elements.
I thought that was just the design.
Well, it is a design because it is based on elemental values. So atomic weight and things like that are important for where those elements go. They're categorized in metals and whatever. So there is a structure to why the table is built that way. However, even inside that structured table, there were holes. There were pieces that were missing.
Yeah, but I just thought it was zigzags around and design.
No, there's a real reason to it. Well, the cool thing about this story with this Bob Lazar guy, he claimed to have worked with an extraterrestrial, an alien-based element that they categorized after studying it is called element 115. And that fit in the elemental table in a missing hole back when you and I were in high school. We didn't, that didn't exist then. And this is even before we were in high school when he was talking about this stuff. And he named all the properties of it. He named what it was capable of doing. And he went on and on and on about this element. Well, that element never was in the scientific communities, especially in a stable form until, like Josh said, like 2003. So this guy, Bob Lazar, apparently knew about this element and a lot of its makeup and a lot of its use capabilities way before the scientific community as a whole even knew what the fuck this stuff was. So it's really interesting that his theories on what it could have been turned out to be 100% right. Again, from a guy who apparently didn't have a degree from MIT.
And Caltech. I looked it up.
And Caltech?
Yeah, I had to pull up my notes on him because there's so many specifics.
Yeah, he had aliens on his side. He didn't need a degree.
Actually, this is a fun sentence. So when he was onboarded and briefed into that program, apparently he read documentation that said that there have been gray aliens living on Earth for the past 10,000 years. And they're from a planet orbiting the twin binary star system, Zeta
Reticuli. Yeah.
Yep. So, according to him, we live amongst aliens.
Is he a Scientologist?
No, he's a fucking insane person.
Or is he though? I'm playing devil's advocate here.
No, that's fine. Devil's advocate is great. So here, I'm going to play back some of the supporting evidence for his claims.
What is it saying?
There's actually a lot of evidence for his. Oh, you mean for the specifics for his claims? The point was there was nothing.
I think at most he gets credibility as someone who follows like abstract topics.
I mean, all right. I guess I could buy that. Coming out with some of this stuff isn't it. It may have garnered him a little bit of publicity and a little bit of fame in some really bizarre circles. However, he never had an agenda of making money and profiting off of this. If you look at his entire life and his entire career, he's never gone and like cashed in on, at least not that I know of, on like these circuits where you'll go out to these UFO cons and, all these things. He's been to some of them, yes, but that's not his agenda is not to go do this. He wanted to be left the fuck alone. His reasoning for coming out and talking on the news that time and then really going out publicly with his name and saying what he did was because he started to get serious threats from what he claimed was government entities and government agencies. So him becoming public about it and talking about everything in his life was a sense of protection for him and his family. So it's a way he could say, okay, my insurance policy is if I am whacked now, the community knows about my story. And if I have a mysterious accident or if I mysteriously vanish and die, people are going to know. That's going to be, conspiracy based at that point.
That makes sense. Nothing like shooting yourself in the back of the head twice, right?
That was a reference to...
It was somebody who was legally involved with the Clinton family, and he was found dead in his front lawn. It was ruled as a suicide, and the entry and exit wounds, he was shot in the back of the head twice. Ruled a suicide.
It's an interesting suicide. It's just like Kurt Cobain's suicide. He was so high on meth that it was physically impossible for him to pull the trigger. That's the weirdest part about that whole story. He had enough meth in his system. I know this is tangenting, but Kurt Cobain had enough meth in his system where it would have been impossible for him to have pulled a trigger or even reached the mechanism to be able to work a shotgun at that angle. It could not have done it. It's one of the weirdest parts about that whole story. But whatever. Tangent.
So, he was a guy. Did he think like other guys?
Who? Kurt Cobain or Bob Lazar?
Bob Lazar.
Did he think like other guys? He was already married.
Oh, hang on. Let me pull this beach ball back out. Let me I patched it while we were
Okay.
doing.
Oh, I did not get that.
I got that.
I think he did think like other guys. What do you think about that for him thinking like other guys, Andrea? How do other guys think?
I don't know. Maybe we should seek out the diary.
Oh, yeah.
Peering into the inner thoughts and expressions of men. Women submit questions to get brutal, honest admissions. We call this the Diary.
Diary? Really? Hey, Tach, is that the best name we could come up with?
Yeah, just go with it.
Aw, I think it's adorable.
Can we man up the music a little bit or something?
I got you, buddy.
All right, so tonight on the diary, I don't have any questions because we haven't been doing the show, so
That makes sense.
how would anyone know to give me a question? So please, ladies or gentlemen, send me your questions so we can have a great...
What's the best way for them to do that?
wonderful-
Find you on Facebook?
Just call me at 1-900-oh, and enter your Master Visa card number followed by the #.
I am taking that clip and running with it.
Yes, you can just use Facebook and Messenger. All right, so instead, I'm going to do things girls should know about guys. You guys let me know if these are actual things.
We've done a couple of these before. These are new things, though, right?
Who knows? Could be
Okay.
thing. Oh, it could be the exact same one.
Oh, shit.
All right, guys don't actually look after good-looking girls.
Guys don't actually look after good-looking girls?
They prefer neat and presentable girls.
Oh, you mean we don't desire a good-looking girl. We want somebody who's neat and presentable.
They would prefer neat and presentable girls.
I think that's an independent individual kind of choice.
I'm still confused by the sentence. I like looking at women. Is that what it means by looking after them?
They don't look after good-looking girls. They prefer neat and presentable girls.
They're not seeking to be like their
So-
significant other.
I guess I don't seek out good-looking girls. I look at put-together girls.
Neat and presentable?
Yeah, presentable. What's the difference between good-looking and presentable?
Well, you see, if you go to Japan, they have these choices for these robots.
All right, we'll just go to the next one. A guy can like you for a minute and then forget you afterwards.
All right, I'm good.
Sure,
I guess
yeah.
with doing that. Yeah, that's a possibility.
When a guy says he doesn't understand you, it simply means you're not thinking the way he is.
I think that holds true with the entire species of human.
Say yes. If you are not successfully relaying something to me and I'm not getting it, that means you're not thinking like I am. That's why I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, but that's all about relaying your information correctly. Yeah, I would agree with that one. I don't think that's just guys, though.
Guys may be flirting around all day, but before they go to sleep, they always think about the girl they truly care about.
This sounds like a trap question, Mr. Wilson. I don't know.
There's no traps. I'm reading your
It
list.
does, but I would say yes. That's absolutely true.
In my heart is my one true love. Yeah, so, I mean, when I fall asleep, I don't know, maybe I started thinking about nobody else ever.
Huh?
What? How do I get out of this without getting in trouble?
All right. When a guy really likes you, he'll disregard all of your bad characteristics.
Disregard?
To a point.
Yeah. No, I'm going to disagree with that
So
one.
there is a line of crazy. It's the crazy hot scale. You have a threshold
Yep.
depending on where your placement's at on the crazy hot scale.
You'll put up with so much depending on how hot you are. The guy will put up with so much depending on how hot the girl is.
Oh.
So yeah, no. If they're endearing characteristics that might just be, yeah, she farts in her sleep. All right, whatever. That's fine. That's not a big deal. But if she also, calls me racial
Poops in her
slangs,
sleep.
yeah, pooping
Whoa.
in her sleep would not be something I'd be interested in hanging around.
That would be weird.
Guys go crazy over a girl's smile.
Only if she's looking up at me.
Yeah.
Tag, that was for you, buddy. Yeah, girl smile is important. Yeah.
I like making girls smile. It's fun.
Guys will do anything just to get the girl's attention.
That's the peacock right there. I mean, yeah, it
for
depends.
sure. I've done some stupid shit.
Yeah, if you've got somebody you're really interested in, then yeah, the guy will go just about to any extent.
Guys hate it when you talk about your ex-boyfriends.
I mean,
you know what? I'll say we're an exception for sure. Yeah, but I mean, most guys are bothered by that.
I guess to me, if that's all you're talking about, then fuck yeah. Like especially if I go out on a date with you, you're so much better than my ex-boyfriend John. He used to do this and this and this, and you're not doing that. It's so good. You know what else he used to do? All right, lady, we're done. That would be frustrating. But if I really could give two fucks if you talk about your exes,
That's
every once in a while.
Exactly what John would say. All right, the next one. Guys cry.
Sure.
Not
I'm an emotional being.
Not as often as women, but yeah, it happens.
On the large scale of averages, yeah, Josh, you're absolutely right. I would absolutely agree that the majority of women cry more than guys, but we're emotional beings. I mean, yeah, things are going to touch us too.
Do you think Bob Lazar cries?
I hope so.
When he does, the tears are made of pure element 115.
Is it only when he's with the robot in Japan?
Yes. Yes. No, you don't. The only cries that never mind, I'm not going to go there. Yes.
Don't provoke the guy to heat up. Believe me, he will.
Individuality, I think.
You know what? I will say this just in general. It doesn't matter where your threshold is for anger. You should never push a guy past the threshold of anger because that's just a shitty thing to do. So yeah, if you provoke him, he'll get angry. But I don't know. I don't really get angry anymore. I don't deal with situations. Just let him cool off. Just like, stop.
Yeah.
We'll talk about this later. I'm in a shitty mood.
All right. Giving a guy a hanging message like, you know what? Oh, never mind, would make him jump to a conclusion that is far from what you are thinking.
No, I would just try to get you to force you to say it. I'd try to, all right, come on. You got me peaked. What's really going on? No, say it. Come on. 'Cause you're going to forget about it. I wouldn't draw my own conclusions to that.
Yeah. I'm not one of those. She started a thought. She stopped it. She must be fucking somebody else.
Damn it. We got another reference for,
that's Ray Burrito.
Ray Burrito. Jesus Christ. I couldn't remember his name.
Guys go crazy when girls touch their hands.
Yeah. And legs and anything but my feet. Yeah.
I like when Margaret touches me. Yeah.
Guys go crazy when girls touch your penis.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with that. Yeah, I don't think so.
I just made that one up. When a girl says no, a guy hears it as try again tomorrow. So true.
No, that guy's an asshole.
Well, it depends. If it's sex and it's your wife, well, yeah, I'm going to try again tomorrow. For sure. It just depends on the situation. If it's, I want to go spend $100,000 on a brand new Jaguar F-Type, and no, okay, give me a few months, let me redo my finances, then maybe.
See the way my checking account works. I got 2 banks.
Yeah.
A guy would sacrifice his money for lunch just to get you a couple of roses.
Absolutely.
Are you going to give up your lunch for some roses?
I would just wait another couple days and then buy flowers and also lunch.
What if something happened to her that day?
Look, you could apply that to anything. Like, if I don't answer her call because I'm in the middle of doing something, I'm going to call her back. Be like, what if she just gets into a car crash right now?
Yeah, it could happen. Unless you buy the roses.
Maybe. I guess I just don't think that way. That's way too pessimistic for my worldview.
What if while your guy was going to buy you roses, you got into a crash?
I wasn't thinking something so dramatic. I was just thinking like a little fight or something, or,
But most do girls really care about flowers? The money that you're going to spend $100 on flowers, what a girl would rather have.
Just go to Publix.
She's right, though.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, where were we? No guy is bad when he's courting.
No, completely disagree with that.
No guy.
You don't think they all act like they're good guys? Like they put on a front to the girl that they are this great guy. I have this great job.
No,
I can do this.
Absolutely not. Some men think that the way to get a girl during courting is to be the bad boy. Is to be the rebel.
Stable guy?
Be a tough dude. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
I prefer the older stable guys.
I get what you prefer,
I mean,
But
even when I was 20.
not all guys think that way. Not all guys think they should put on the bravado of being a gentleman and a good type of person. Some men legitimately think that if they're the asshole, or some men think if they're the victim during courting, that gains them and garners them more attention from the girl that they're trying to court.
I know some victims.
Yeah, we know a lot of victims.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, I mean, man, I haven't thrown back to this in a long time, but I mean, back when I was in the pickup artist world, there were some fucking scumbags, and they were like okay with that. And that's just so weird to me. But
Yeah,
they existed, and they're just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to go be an asshole to the next person. I don't know, that was a really poor example.
No, I get. Yeah, you're right though. So no, I would definitely disagree with that. Not all guys are trying to be the good guy.
Guys really admire girls that they like, even if they're not that much pretty.
Wait a minute. Say that one again.
Guys really admire girls that they like, even if they're not that much pretty.
Okay.
That's the sentence.
All right. Yeah, you said it. You repeated it verbatim. That's basically stating that guys are more into the qualities of the girl than her looks. I would say that's probably about half the guys.
Or he's trying to smash, and it's 2 a.m. He can look past her not being that much pretty.
That is true. He could look past her not being that much pretty.
Situationally, I would agree, and situationally, I would think no. There's too many guys out there that care about vanity, and if they can't, they can't be seen with a girl that's not a perfect 10. So no, I think that's. So it depends on the situation that's in.
If a guy tells you about his problems, he just needs someone to listen to him. You don't need to give advice.
That's a girl making that statement. And a girl, yes, 100%. Usually, girls just want the shoulder to cry on or to talk to. They don't want a guy who's usually black and white to come up and say...
That's right, you can't read that, 7.5.
To come up and tell her exactly what to do. Well, your problem at work is tell Jamie she's a bitch or whatever. I was using that as an example. Jamie's a figment of my imagination. But guys, I don't think are that way. I think guys are looking for some advice. If they're going to spill their emotions and their problems to you, I think they do legitimately want some advice.
See, I get real...
Or sympathy, maybe.
When I open up and vent about something, I want somebody to listen until I'm done, and then I want to talk about it. But if I'm trying to get through a story or talk about what's going on, and I know it comes from a great place, you want to give advice and throw back, I'm just stop. Just let me get it out, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
But that's just my own little personal tick. That's all.
A usual act that proves that a guy likes you is when he teases you.
Sure. Yeah, usual. Yeah.
I tease everybody around me.
You like everybody around you.
I also like everybody
there you
around
go.
me. Shit.
Guys love girls with brains more than girls in miniskirts.
No, that's to each his own there. Some guys prefer the complete ditzes that are just good looking in a miniskirt. Some guys really appreciate a girl who has intellectual prowess to his own, maybe.
While she wears the miniskirt?
She doesn't even have to wear a miniskirt. She could be wearing nothing. At all.
I don't know. It depends. This just sounds like it's something that's written by a teenage girl. Guys are totally into brains.
All right, guys virtually brag about anything.
Nah, I don't think so. I would disagree with that one. Again, it depends on the guy. Yeah, there are guys that do that, but not... I try to... When I'm let me put it this way. I try to not say I as much as I used to. Because I would catch myself, if you're having a conversation with somebody, and every word out of your mouth starts off with a story about you or starts off with I, then that's part of a problem. You need to recognize somebody else's contribution to the conversation and engage with them and ask them about their lives and their experiences. You know why? Because they'll remember you more for it and appreciate the conversation more. So, no, I would say no.
I mean, yeah, if I'm good at something, I brag about it. For sure.
It's not easy for a guy to let go of his girlfriend after they broke up, especially if they've been together for 3 or more years.
Sure. Habitualness is difficult to let go of. Absolutely.
We are creatures of habit, for sure.
You have to tell a guy what you really want before getting involved with that guy.
That's a mature thing to do.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, Yes. Please talk to me about what you want.
When a guy asks you to leave him alone, he is actually saying, please come and listen to me.
Nope, not at all.
Whoever wrote this article has the old crazy girlfriend eyes from the past. Just
Yeah.
like, I know you said to go away, but I'm coming anyways.
Yeah, no. Lady, I am just playing my video game. Leave me the fuck alone. I need to chill out. And then you come in. That means you want to talk. What the? No, it doesn't.
Guys don't like girls who punch harder than they do.
That's an emasculinity issue. I don't have that issue.
I came to terms a long time ago with the fact that if I get into a fight, I'm gonna lose. I'm not a fighter. I'm not a big dude, so I've met plenty of women in my life that could probably beat the shit out of me.
Guys love girls who can cook or bake.
Yes.
Guys like girls who are similar to their moms.
Virtual high five there, Josh. That was awesome. Say that again.
Guys like girls who are similar to their moms.
In quality, yeah. I think moral values, yeah. If you have a good mom, if you have a fucking, she hits the rock, then no. You got a mom that's hooked on drugs, and no, I don't think that's, I don't think her values are going to be something that you would want.
So I'd have to agree with that. I actually just recently was kind of talking about how there's a lot of similar traits between Margaret and my mom.
Guys really think that girls are strange and have unpredictable decisions, but still love them more.
You know what my life has taught me? Is that applies to both men and women. Humans are unpredictable.
Yeah.
I think we're all driven by emotion, and I don't think that it's fair to ascribe that to just women.
If a guy lets you go, he really loves you.
What? No, he doesn't.
No, yeah.
Unless you wanted him to.
Circumstantially, this is difficult to understand.
That's a tough one, yeah.
Circumcisions as well.
When a guy says he can't sleep if he doesn't hear your voice, even just for one night, hang up. He also tells that to another girl. He only flatters you and sometimes makes fun of you.
So Josh said this earlier, and now it's stuck in my head about a 15-year-old girl wrote this article somewhere. Now all I can imagine is that statement coming out of some teenage girl's mouth. Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's insane. You're crazy.
Guys seek for advice not from a guy but from a girl.
Depends on the situation. Sure. In some situations, yeah, I would rather have a girl's advice than another guy's advice.
Did this come off like a dating website? Something like that?
No.
I talk to whoever's in the room when I have a problem.
If a guy says you're beautiful, the guy likes you.
No, not necessarily.
Nope.
I've called I guess the question is what kind of like. Like if somebody's in the room that I really detest, I'm not going to go out. Well, I might even tell them that they look beautiful if they really legitimately do. But no, it's also depends on how you say it. If you're not my significant other and I go up to you, Andrew, and I say, "Hey girl, you are beautiful." That's one thing. If I went up to you and said, "Huh, that's beautiful. You look great today." Well, that's another way of saying it that is obviously not creepy and hitting on you. Did your nipples get hard, Josh?
A little bit.
Last one. Guys hate girls who overreact.
Guys hate anybody that overreacts.
Yeah, again, it's tough. Overreacting to a proposal, it's awesome. Overreacting to
your penis size?
What if they overreact and say no? They're like, "How fucking stand up? Absolutely not. This is fucking ridiculous." That's a negative overreaction.
Yeah, it all depends.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find a vibration version of that.
Flatlined.
The guy flatlined.
Text gone.
Poor Tach.
No, I think I just turned the volume down. There's a separate volume bar for in the timer app. All right, my bad. But I did just flatline the Guyry.
Cool. That was Andrea. That was the best Guyry ever.
That's what you say about my lasagna.
You're goddamn right. Every time you make it, it gets just a little better than the last time.
Like you said, there's none left ever.
It's true.
There's got to be a reason behind that. All right. You guys want to get out of here?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Call it a wrap for our first reboot episode with the three of us?
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Well, cool. Well, it was fun. For our listeners, we are going to be doing this again weekly. The three of us have committed to that. When we start to eventually entertain the fourth host coming in here and joining us, then you'll have four of us once a week, but it is going to be on a regular schedule at this point. We'll let you know if we're going to miss a week, hopefully ahead of time. But yeah, that's that. We're also going to have some musical guests coming back in. We want to get some bands down here, or at least maybe some musicians down here in the studio with us, into the Nanana Studios.
To the Nanana Studio.
Banana Studio.
Until it gets a better name.
No,
What?
I think we're going to be. It's going to be a lot easier for us to get back into our old stride. One of the great things we always had was a studio that was in your house. And then we lost that, and competing with sharing a studio, which was very generous of them, and it was wonderful, but it was still a drive for all of us. We were still sharing a studio.
Yeah, absolutely. You brought up a good point, though. I don't want our listeners to think that there's any, there's no tension or ill will or anything with Kathleen and with the folks over at the Why Are We Here Now studios and podcast. And the Your Crystal Shop is where we had our studio set up. Kathleen was amazingly generous to offer us that space. We brought some equipment, and in fact, we donated a lot of the equipment that we left over there for her and her team to use while they continue to move forward with the progression of their podcast.
We just bought a house with a basement. What else are you going to do with a basement in Florida?
Yeah, and now where we are, it was almost 30 minutes to get there. So guess what? Josh lives 4 miles from this studio, and Andrea and I live 4 steps upstairs. So guess what? This is where it's going to happen. She's literally counting the steps right now.
13 steps?
Ooh, that's a really unlucky number.
Uh-oh. You can never use those stairs again, Andrea.
Or you have to skip a step every time you go upstairs.
But only if you actually skip.
Yeah.
13.
13 steps. Are you counting the step into the room up there?
I think we're splitting
14.
hairs.
We're good. We're good. It's not unlucky at this point.
That's not a stair, though.
You're not a stair.
All right. Well,
no, I'm not.
Let's, again, listeners, thanks for being patient with us while we rebooted. We're going to be bringing you a lot of entertaining stuff. Here's a little hint as well. The Twisted 10 may be coming back as well. So if you're a fan of that show, stay tuned because that's something that Josh and I and Andrea want to start getting back out there.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, we got some good plans for that one as well. So I guess on behalf of our cast in our studio, we want to say we love you, Tach, and we miss you. And thanks for listening. I'm Adam.
I'm Andrea Joy.
And I'm Mr. Wilson.
Thanks for listening to Living Podcast. So you guys have a great night.
Been up a few days, now I feel it in my chest. Nothing is for certain, so I wonder what's next. And if it ain't for the fame, guess I'm working for respect. I'm working for respect. Oh, tell me what I'm singing for. Didn't mean to just slip my mind. Oh, I wish someone had told me the money don't buy me time. Behind my own lead. Now I finally got my way. But if they tell you that is easy, oh, it gets harder every day. Oh, tell me what I'm singing for. But did the meaning just slip my mind? Someone had told me the money don't buy me time. All my days are slaved away. it just slipped my mind. Oh, I wish someone had told me the money don't buy me time. Money don't buy me no money, don't buy me no time. So tell me what I'm singing for. Did the meaning just slip my mind?